Feels like we are in some kind of dystopian future, but with the announcement of the Apple Vision Pro to the world, the masses started to discover the beauty and functionalities of VR and AR as we know it. And of course, as it always happens, they started to fight about it. Is the future of VR spatial computing or the Metaverse? Or are they actually the same? One thing is clear, the battle of the Metaverse just begun. Hey, Ty here, so welcome to the VR Tech channel. I'm so happy to see Apple entering the VR market, and of course they did it in the most Apple way possible. Straight to the point, and with things easy to understand. You're not chasing a dream here, you're actually wearing something able to substitute every tech accessory you ever had. Only one, easy, powerful, and again, straight to the point. That reminds me of Steve Jobs, talking about something in his mind back in the days, on the fact there's no such a thing for visuals as the headphones are for music. Well, his vision was not very dissimilar on how Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, presented to the world the Vision Pro, with the possibility to have tons of screens in front of you, a more interactive cinema display with cool 3D and hologram perks. The reality though is that we are all talking about the same thing, XR, spatial computing.
They're the same picture.
What changes is the vision of different companies on how you get your money, your time, your effort, and your investments in their platform. It happened with the music players, with the Sony Walkman, and the iPod, and the Zune. I still miss the Zune. It happened for computing with PC versus Mac. It happened with phones, with Android versus iPhones. And of course, it's happening now in XR with Meta versus Apple. By the way, big shout out to all the companies making this big XR industry. Stahl, Big Screen, Vario, Valve, Vi, Lynx, Pico, all the games and apps developers. They kept pushing even if a big chunk of the world was like making fun of them chasing a dream, a vision. Without it, we'll not be here talking about it, so big thanks to them. What is clear that we were all waiting for the big guy to come in and to stay, put in a big investment without just throwing something half-baked in and just ran away if it didn't stick. I'm looking at you, Microsoft and Google. The sad thing is we needed Apple for it. For some reason, they're able to gather all people from everywhere and, well, just create the next big thing. And so here we are. You can see in the media talking about this VR headset like something completely new. And yes, it's a VR headset bursting all this news out of the usual VR bubble. So it's gonna be the headset that is gonna change everything? No. Is it gonna be the headset that is gonna bring the needed awareness to this industry? Hell yeah. Now, Lex Luthor Friedman did an amazing interview with Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta. Yes, the company that changed the name just to chase their dream, their Metaverse. And of course, from him we got some new information about the new headset coming from Meta, the Meta Quest 3, and of course his vision about the Vision Pro. How the name is confusing. And here he shared a very cool view of the future to come, on their way to approaching this market and how they can coexist without any problem. And also how he thinks that Meta is actually gonna gain from it. About the Quest 3, we talked about it in a previous video, but it's not that dissimilar from what the Vision Pro is gonna offer. I mean, they're 6 times apart when it comes to price, but they both focus on the same thing. Mixed reality, the ability of augmented reality around you through the cameras on the headset. Lex actually tried the Quest 3 before the interview and was very impressed by it, and I guess that's a very good news for us poor people. Here to confirm that it's gonna have a higher resolution mixed reality, even stating the mixed reality on the Quest 3 is more advanced and next level of what we got in the Quest Pro, their high-end headset, and a much better tracking compared to the Quest 2 thanks to the new sensor. So better hand tracking to interact with the menus. And it's very cool to hear a 40% increase in sharpness with the screen. Now, I don't know where this number comes from, if it's just some marketing term considering how much better it's gonna be between lenses and screens and something like that. But if it's talking about the resolution, doing some calculations, we're actually jumping from the 1832 by 1920 of the Quest 2 to 2560 by 2560. That should be the Quest 3 if this is a 40% increase, same as the big screen beyond. Of course, this is not gonna be a micro OLED, so there's not gonna be the same space between the pixels, but at this resolution, things are gonna start to be very, very readable. Also, monitors inside VR. And paired with the Quest Pro lenses, well, at this price point, it's gonna be good. And that's a big part of the strategy here. the price point. We want people to be able to connect to each other. We want to reach, serve a lot of people. Bring this technology to everyone. We're not just trying to serve like a elite wealthy crowd. Nice thing, we want it to be accessible. That's why all of this feels much closer to the early days of Android versus iPhone. Meta will be the headset for the masses. Instead, the Apple Vision will be the ultra high-end headset to desire. While I think that this is completely fine, I also would like to see Meta actually chasing the dream of the ultra high-end headset. At the end of the day, they spent so much money in research, and it will be amazing to see all this research coming to the market. Like a varifocal view, the bracelet that can read your brain intentions, the ultra bright screens with 40,000 nits. But will people buy it though? I think they know the limit of their company as well. Not many companies can ask $3,499 to customers and just justify the cost like it's nothing, and still having people justifying the cost for them. If Meta would do it, it just would look overpriced and something, yeah, let's skip and wait for the next one. I mean, people, they're already doing it right now with the Quest 2. But what do you think about it? After this, though, it puts a positive spin on this situation. So I think there's a chance that them coming in actually increases the demand for the overall space. And the Quest 3 is actually a primary beneficiary of that, because a lot of people are gonna start to give it more consideration to mixed reality and understand that if they want mixed reality, the Quest 3 is the best one on the market that they can afford. And that's great. And I totally agree with it. Apple has the power to actually invent everything, and apparently they just invented spatial computing. And when people are gonna realize that you can actually do that already with a headset that we already have, well, they all gain from it. And looking for this concept, people will discover that maybe you can do the same on the Meta Quest 3 or other headsets with less resolution, but at a much more affordable price. Not everyone has $3,499 to spend on spatial computing. I mean, I tried the Meta Quest Pro for it, it was marketed for it and didn't work. And I think that people are going to discover that even the Vision Pro is not really the best at it just yet, as there are a lot of reports being front heavy and quite uncomfortable even for just the 30 minutes they had the demo with the Apple campus. But for sure there is going to be an incredible press-through and a crazy high resolution, so maybe you might want to be a bit uncomfortable to have this very, very good experience. Time will tell. Dentsu keeps going, talking about another big difference between the two: the focus on gaming and the need of controllers to actually have an interaction with things. Agreeing that, yeah, they made this point about not wanting to have controllers, which on one hand, there's certain an elegance about it, and by the way, you will be able to just navigate the Quest with your hands too, if that's what you want. But I think that if you care about gaming, having a controller allows you to have a more tactile feel and allow you to capture fine movements much more precisely than what you can do with hands without something that you're touching. And that's actually true. If you're interested in gaming, some controllers are completely needed right now. Even just a joystick to move around or something that gives you feedback cues on what you're touching, what you are interacting with in the virtual world. I really think Apple is going to introduce something in the future, but for now, as always, they want to start as easy as possible in a way that is understandable for everyone without creating any confusion, without overwhelming the user, because at the end of the day, Apple is not targeting us, VR enthusiasts, it's actually targeting people that didn't even know about VR till now. So yeah, right now you can put everything in a single simplified way. You have a headset made from the ground up to have an affordable and accessible gaming experience, good enough to be enjoyed by everyone, and that's the Quest platform, or a headset made to excel in every productivity, mixed reality, and entertainment scenarios. And that's the Apple Vision Pro. But just be aware that both can be capable of both things. The Quest can be actually used for productivity, watch movies, and is still enjoyable. Not perfect by any means, the resolution should be higher, but it's enjoyable. At the same time, the Vision Pro can be used for games. Rec Room is already on their store. You're gonna move with your hands around, that is not ideal, but you can play it. And to be honest, I can't wait to see that thing used with simulators. It's gonna be incredible. About the price, I tried even more expensive headsets in the past, like the X-Style AK. It was $8,000. That had a very specific target though. The price of the Apple Vision though, it's a bit weird because it's open to buy to everyone at the price $34.99. It's a $3,499. It's a lot to ask for a Vision. Also, we know that to make the headset costs around $1,300, and they're selling it for more than double the price. Now, double the price would be normal in a business because, of course, you have to pay for R&D and all the stuff like that. But yeah, on top of this, there's also a big Apple tax, and you know, $34.99 really feels like a lot. But again, it's Apple. They can. They'll do it. So my problem with the price is not really the price itself, but the fact that they're trying to justify saying that a TV, a soundbar, and a high-end computer will cost about the same. And yes and no. I mean, the soundbar, the TV, and the computer can be enjoyed by more people at the same time. The VR headset is a very personal thing, and it'll stay like that. So that's my issue with the price. To be honest, there are like headsets like there are 3500s, like the HoloLens, and I'd rather spend money on the Apple Vision than on the HoloLens, that is a platform that was completely abandoned, unfortunately, from Microsoft. But yeah, anyway, the battle right now is between Meta and Apple. It's not really a battle about which one is better, but it's more a different in vision. In the long run, we're gonna see which vision is the best. The one of being available for everyone, even if it's not the best thing ever, or the thing of having something that is super high-end and everyone wants to use because it's super appealing, but not many people can afford. I think that in the long run, Apple might win this one like it happened in the phones, but at the same time, well, Meta has a lot of research on it, and they can also create a super high-end headset if they want. For now, though, the first point goes to Meta, because if we're here talking about it, if we're here still talking about it, it's because of them and their investment that they did to bring VR to every person and to bring us the possibility to actually try the future already right now. You don't have to sell a kidney for it. And here you have it. This was a bit different video from usual. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I just wanted to put down some points and what I think about all this situation for the Apple headset entering the VR market. I just wanted to share what I think, and I wanted to share what is the scenario and what the actual VR industry, XR industry is thinking about it. And there's nobody that said, oh crap, Apple isn't in, we're done. There's space for everyone, and we're just at the very beginning. So things can grow, and it's gonna be fantastic. And I'm very glad Apple entered the market, even if I'm a very Android and Windows boy. We needed them, and it's good to have them here. Are you happy too? Let me know in the comment below. As always, guys, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more of VR tech. If you really love the channel, join button on there. Join further also the Patreon. Thanks to all the Patreons and join the channel, of course. And I see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.